What if your body is speaking to you in whispers, subtle signals that are easy to brush aside, but carry a vital warning? What if those everyday annoyances, feeling unusually tired, gaining weight around your middle, or craving sweets more than usual, aren't just inconveniences, but urgent alarms? These signals often go ignored, dismissed as the cost of a busy life or simply getting older. But behind these symptoms could be a silent, widespread condition with the potential to impact your long-term health in ways you might never expect. Every day, countless people wake up feeling less than their best. They might chalk it up to not sleeping well, working too hard, or the inevitable march of time. Yet, for millions, these common complaints are actually the early warnings of insulin resistance, a metabolic imbalance that can quietly undermine health for years before it's ever diagnosed. This isn't about self-control or willpower. It's not just a matter of eating too much or moving too little. At its core, insulin resistance is about your body's cells struggling to respond to insulin, a hormone critical for regulating blood sugar. When that process falters, the effects can ripple through every system in your body. Let's look closer at the top 5 symptoms of insulin resistance, signals you absolutely cannot afford to ignore. The first is stubborn belly fat. It's not just about how your clothes fit or what you see in the mirror. When fat accumulates around the midsection, creating what's often described as an apple-shaped body, it's more than a cosmetic concern. This type of fat is a strong marker that your body is storing extra glucose as fat, a direct response to higher insulin levels. Belly fat is metabolically active, releasing substances that can promote inflammation and further disrupt insulin's ability to do its job. If you've noticed your waistline expanding, especially without major changes in your eating or exercise habits, your body may be alerting you to an underlying metabolic shift. Next is constant cravings, especially for sweets and refined carbohydrates. Do you find yourself reaching for a sweet snack even after a full meal? Or do you feel an almost compulsive pull toward bread, pasta, or other carb-heavy foods? These cravings aren't simply about lack of willpower. They often reflect your cells' struggle to absorb glucose effectively. Despite plenty of sugar circulating in your bloodstream, your body's cells remain starved for energy, so your brain keeps sending signals for more. This creates a vicious cycle: craving, eating, blood sugar spikes, and the eventual crash, driven by your body's inability to process glucose efficiently. The third symptom is persistent fatigue or brain fog, especially after meals. Maybe you've noticed that instead of feeling energized after eating, you experience a sharp drop in energy or find it hard to concentrate. Your thoughts become slow and fuzzy, and you feel like you're moving through molasses. This post-meal crash isn't normal. It's a sign that your body is struggling with glucose uptake, leaving you with less available energy and cognitive clarity. Over time, this can affect your mood, productivity, and overall quality of life. Fourth, increased thirst and frequent urination. When blood sugar levels remain high for long periods, your kidneys work overtime to filter the excess glucose out of your system. This leads to more frequent trips to the bathroom and a constant feeling of dryness in your mouth. You might notice that you're drinking more water than usual, or that you can't make it through the night without waking up to use the bathroom. These changes are your body's attempt to protect itself from the damaging effects of too much sugar in the blood. Finally, skin changes, specifically the appearance of dark patches or skin tags. You might see velvety, hyperpigmented areas in places like your neck, armpits, or groin, a condition known as acanthosis nigricans. Or perhaps you've noticed small, fleshy growths, skin tags, suddenly appearing in these areas. While these changes can be harmless on their own, they're often linked to elevated insulin levels, stimulating excess growth in skin cells. They're visible, physical signs that something deeper is going on beneath the surface. Medical experts are clear. These symptoms are not isolated annoyances, but interconnected clues pointing toward a larger metabolic imbalance. Dr. Gerald Revan, recognized as a pioneer in the study of insulin resistance, spent decades documenting its far-reaching effects. Leading organizations like the American Diabetes Association and the Mayo Clinic emphasize that identifying and addressing insulin resistance early is crucial. Left unchecked, it can increase the risk for type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. It's not just one problem, it's the foundation for a cascade of health issues. If you recognize one or more of these symptoms in yourself or someone you care about, you might wonder what's happening inside your body, beyond what you can see or feel. Insulin resistance often develops quietly, with no obvious warning, until more serious issues arise. But the good news is, early recognition is a powerful tool. By paying attention to these early signs, you can take proactive steps to restore your metabolic health and prevent long-term complications. So, what can you do? The first step is awareness, understanding that these symptoms are meaningful, not just a normal part of life. Next, consider seeking medical advice. A healthcare professional can help identify risk factors, conduct appropriate tests, and guide you toward changes that can make a significant difference. Lifestyle adjustments, such as improving your diet, increasing physical activity, managing stress, and getting enough sleep, can all support healthy insulin function. Recognizing these symptoms isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. Your body is communicating with you every day, offering valuable information about what it needs. These signs may be subtle, but they're critical messages. The sooner you listen, the more options you have to regain control of your health. The path to a healthier future often begins with a single moment of awareness, a decision to listen to your body's signals, take them seriously, and act before the whispers become a roar. What action will you take with this new understanding?